Ladies and gentlemen, for today, we uncover a story that echoes through the ages. A story of betrayal, reckoning, and rebirth. Some believe they can play with fire without ever feeling its heat. They think they can wound others, manipulate trust, and discard emotions like yesterday's trash. But life has a way of balancing the scales, doesn't it? Actions have echoes, and every choice leaves a footprint in time. They may have walked away laughing, but the fire they kindled is one they won't escape. Betrayal isn't loud, it's insidious. It doesn't come crashing through your door but slips in quietly, like a shadow creeping under the crack. It starts with a whisper of doubt. Were they ever genuine? It grows into a storm, filling your days with questions and your nights with an unbearable silence. They planted seeds of insecurity, watered them with deceit, and watched as your confidence began to wither. Each lie they told left scars that ran deep. Each time they twisted the knife, they thought you'd crumble. They thought the weight of their games would shatter you, leaving you to pick up the pieces of a life they broke. And for a time, it felt like they had won. They walked away, heads held high, convinced they'd left you defeated. But they misunderstood the nature of fire. It doesn't just destroy, it transforms. And while they believed they were lighting your pyre, they were unwittingly fueling your forge. The wounds they inflicted, the tears they caused, they weren't your end. They were your beginning. Here's the thing about surviving betrayal. It doesn't just hurt, it reshapes you. At first you questioned everything, your worth, your choices, even your memories. You asked yourself if you were too kind, too trusting, too forgiving. But as time passed, you began to see the truth. Those qualities weren't weaknesses. They were the bedrock of your resilience. They underestimated you. They mistook your silence for submission, your patience for fragility. But you weren't weak. You were enduring. Every insult, every deception, every moment they used you for their gain. They weren't breaking you. They were tempering you, like steel forged in a roaring fire. The flames they thought would consume you became the very source of your strength. And now, as the tables turn, they stand on the edge of a fire they can't control. The same storm they unleashed upon you is now crashing into their own lives, relentless and unyielding. Karma doesn't rush. It waits, silent and still, watching as they dig their own graves. It's not about revenge. It's about balance. And now, the scales are tipping. Imagine them now, walking through their days with the weight of their actions pressing down on their shoulders. They thought they could leave their betrayals behind. But the past clings to them like a second skin. Every lie they told, every person they manipulated has left a mark that doesn't fade. Their nights are long and restless. The silence they once forced upon you now surrounds them. It whispers of their misdeeds, reminds them of every wound they inflicted. They try to drown it out with distractions, work, relationships, anything to avoid the void they created. But distractions are fleeting, and the whispers always return, louder and more persistent. You see, the real punishment isn't external. It's not about public disgrace or losing material possessions. The harshest consequences are internal. It's facing yourself in the mirror and realizing you don't like what you see. They're haunted now, not by ghosts, but by memories of the love they dismissed, the trust they shattered, the people they pushed away. They thought they were playing a clever game, but they were only building their own cage. And now, they're locked inside, alone with their choices. It's in these moments of reflection that the truth begins to dawn on them. They didn't just hurt others, they hurt themselves. They tore apart relationships that could have brought them peace. discarded kindness as if it were a weakness. Now they see that their games were hollow, their victories meaningless. But you've risen above it all. The chains they tried to bind you with have become the very tools of your liberation. You've stepped out of the shadows they cast and into a light they can't dim. You've grown in ways they can't comprehend. While they're trapped in the cycles of their own making, you're free to soar. Their betrayal wasn't your downfall. It was your rebirth. And the strength you've gained isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving. They thought they could define you with their actions. They believed their lies would shape your reality. But their betrayal only revealed their own flaws. Their manipulations exposed their insecurities, and their cruelty laid bare their own emptiness. Now they look around and see the wreckage they've created. They may not admit it. Pride is a stubborn shield. But deep down, they know. They see the relationships they destroyed, the love they took for granted. They realize that in trying to break you, they lost something irreplaceable. The irony cuts deep. They wanted control, power, dominance. Instead, they're left with regret, bitterness, and a hollow sense of victory. They wander through life, searching for solace, trying to fill the void with fleeting pleasures. But nothing sticks, nothing satisfies, because the peace they seek isn't out there, it's within. And it's a peace they'll never find, because they destroyed the foundation on which it could be built. And you've left them behind. No longer tethered to their manipulation, you're free to create the life you deserve. You've learned the value of your kindness, the power of your resilience. You've discovered that your worth isn't tied to how others treat you, but to how you rise in the face of adversity. Their suffering isn't your victory, it's simply a consequence. You don't need revenge, because you've already won by choosing to heal, to grow, to move forward. Their pain is a reflection of their actions, not your triumph. Let them sit in the silence they created. Let them feel the weight of their choices pressing down on them. They'll come to understand, perhaps too late, the depth of what they lost. They'll realize that you weren't weak. You were strong in ways they could never be. They'll see that the kindness they dismissed, the love they took for granted, was a gift they'll never find again. And as they wander through the ruins of their own making, you'll rise, untethered and unbroken. Their betrayal was a chapter, not the end of your story. You've turned the page, and the story you're writing now is one of resilience, strength, and triumph. Life has a way of bringing balance, doesn't it? What they gave to the world has returned to them, magnified. And what you've given, patience, love, strength, has become the foundation of your freedom. So let them feel the flames they lit. Let them wrestle with their reflection. Let them walk the path of regret they paved with their own hands. And as they stumble, searching for a peace they'll never find, you'll continue to rise, untouched by their games, stronger than ever before. Because in the end, you've already won. The fire they tried to burn you with became the light that guides your way. If you're looking for more content on self-growth, healing, and finding strength in difficult times, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I've got a lot more empowering content coming your way, and I'd love to have you join this amazing community. Take care, and remember, you're irreplaceable. See you in the next video.